I think that you may be curious how to set your back life on track. There is this thing about work-life balance. Many of us want to achieve it. Some of us pursue it. Some of us think it's something that we can never have. Now, let me tell you in a few words today how you can get to be on top of what it means to understand how you can deal with all of the situations that life throws at you, especially when you have your own business, because it's not always fun to deal with family, friends, kids issues. Then you have your business on top of it all, which I hope that you are enjoying, since an important part of keeping burnout away for good is that you start enjoying what you are doing. And you may be thinking, well, Roxana, it's easy for you to say, right? You have a business, you don't know how it is to be employed. Well, I know. For 8 years, I was employed in a place that was nice. From the exterior, you would say, she made it. Her life is looking amazing. Her professional life is just blooming. She'll be great. She'll be the manager of all managers. Well, in fact, I did feel like a monkey. I had a small team that was growing of freelancers to take care of, and they were nice people. The people in my working environment, they were nice, and everyone was doing a great job. However, I would do the same thing over and over and over again. Little to no time for me in the evenings because I was really exhausted and I felt like a monkey. I would push the same button over and over again. Now, whose fault was this? Obviously mine, because of fear, because of thinking, what would other people think? I stayed in that position so much more than I should have. Burnout, anxiety at all levels that you can imagine, all sorts of fears. Every ounce of my energy would be completely drained because I was not coachable at the same time. I didn't want to leave a job that seemed to be well paid. But what about a lifestyle? This is something that I did not know back then. Luckily, thank God, I got some health problems, which caused me to go deeper into what's happening with the emotions that are in our bodies. Now, burnout is something that I am not stranger to even a few months ago. You may be thinking, okay, are you joking? You just went through a pretty interesting situation with your job a while ago, a few years ago. This was happening before 2018, since I began my business Step on Your Fears. But now, since you know all that information, are you kidding me? You are still having burnouts. Yes, apparently I'm still human, still learning. And the most important part of it all is that we just don't grasp the importance of taking a break. Now I have a small baby, many things to do, all sorts of errands, millions of reasons why I would be very entitled to say, well, I have such a busy life. And I have a hunch, my friends, that you are also dealing with this. Many reasons why you would feel maybe guilty to take a whole afternoon off or to take a whole day off, especially when you feel that you are very, very tired. Now, burnout is not something that you have not heard about. I know that you may be dealing or you have dealt with this in the past for sure. Let's see, hopefully, oh yeah, it's working. Now, burnout, one of the million definitions, means that you are basically losing your personal identity. You get so tired, so caught up in your activities, your mind starts to be jumping from one task to another, trying to make it all seem perfect. And this is how the human nature reacts. And I say perfect with quotes because perfection, I know that you know, does not exist. However, what does exist is having a task completely finished at the end of the day. Would it be safe to say that it's best to have one single task instead of having several done through the day, but just make sure that that task is completely finished? What do you think? Please let me know in the comments, because I'm pretty sure that you are also of the opinion that it's better to have it finished, because this is what the brain truly enjoys. It wants to have something started, taken to the finish completely. Thank you, Joyanne. Yes, but definitely. Thank you, Jessie, for sure. Make sure you have your to-do list looking very thin as maximum 3 items, and that's it. It may seem scary at first. However, you need to be enjoying that fulfilling moment at the end of the day when you know, okay, I have finished this. I can go to sleep peacefully. Our minds, unfortunately and fortunately at the same time, have this need to be looking for solutions continually, especially that dreaded moment when you go to sleep and you realize my to-do list has 20 more items. I have still 5 tasks I have not finished before going to bed. What is going on here? And that's why your rest may be not that supporting your entire system when you continually digest things over and over and over again. Okay, just a bit about me, because many of you are already familiar with what I do, with who I am for so many months now. Your fear specialist in business, working with companies and teams, doing only 1-hour sessions of training in this area, because it is so simple to know how to deal with your mind when you just ask yourself the right questions. A bit about loss of personal identity. What I mentioned at the beginning when we discussed a bit about what burnout really is. You don't know how you got in that position anymore, because life is part of you doing a work that ideally you would enjoy. And then you're thinking, well, I want to be successful, right? I want more money, I want more clients, I want to help make the world a better place. Then you have your time off. Ideally, you would have 8 hours of you not performing in your work. We have 24 hours divided into 3. 8 hours you would be sleeping, 8 hours you would be performing, ideally, utopically, an activity that you love. And then the last 8 hours would mean that you are doing your thing with your family, friends, taking care of yourself, hobbies, and so on. But what happens when you maybe are not employed anymore, you are starting your own business, and then you are 20 hours into working? Now, this is a situation that very many entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, are dealing with. Was I maybe in that position at the beginning of my business in 2018? Well, I barely slept. I was very excited. It was amazing. A whole new world of me having control of my time, having control of everything around me. However, in a few weeks, I felt very, very anxious. One of the reasons was because I did not get enough rest. This is when the loss of personal identity happens even more, because your brain, if it does not have enough fuel to regenerate, to recover, to just take a break, take it easy, it starts being your worst enemy, as many, many situations turn over to the dramatic side of a Hollywood movie scenario. Fear works in interesting ways. It just takes one fear on top of the other until in a few minutes, in 10 minutes, you'll be thinking, wow, did my mind create such a dramatic movie, such a horror script scenario? Yes, especially when you are not rested enough. Therefore, stop compromising when it comes to your rest, when it comes to your health. Whenever you feel that I'm really tired, but I gotta finish that email, I got to finish that post, I have a client journey to finish, I need to have everything set up for tomorrow, for the meeting, stop. I am very, very serious when I'm telling you to just stop, take a break, take a step back, start looking at how you want your life to look like. Please have a moment to think about this now. When you were a child, I can imagine you had many options. What do you want to be, right? A doctor, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a pilot, you want to be a princess maybe? I wanted to be a princess. I know, high maintenance, that was nice. That was a nice thought for me. I also wanted to be a doctor and a teacher. So think of what is it that you wanted to be when you were a child. I have a hunch that after you take a few moments to think about this, you did not have this thought when you were young, I wanna work hard. I wanna achieve so much. I want to make so many activities. Maybe you were thinking, well, I want to have more money. Yes, but now the adult you is thinking things a bit further. So I want you to have this thought of, okay, if you had more money, what is it that you truly want to achieve? Because you're not going for the money. This is where I was very wrong. I was wrong until a year ago. So you can imagine me going through one burnout and another because I would chase a certain amount of money. We don't want money. We want the things that money can offer us. We want that experience. We want that thing that makes us feel I'm alive, I'm contributing, I'm doing things for me, I'm doing things for the people around me to build a strong community. This is what the adult you ideally should focus on, doing more than what beats the eye. So therefore you will not chase, you will not feel like you are running after something. Because let's face it, at the end of your life, I'm taking you from childhood to now as an adult to the end of your life. When you are old, what will your thoughts be? Wow, I had so much fun working 16 hours a day. Wow, accomplished life. No, it's the memories, it's the time, the quality time that you have had with you. First of all, with you, with your loved ones, with the people that you truly care about. So, long story short, do less. We are living in a technology that gives you so many options. We have so many systems put in place, so many strategies that you have to just look for the best solution to just maximize your time, to do in 1 hour what you would normally do in more time. And this takes a bit of time for you to analyze, to think about, okay, what's truly important for me? Maybe you are the type that wants to travel 6 months per year. That is amazing. This is achievable. In the next few months, you just need to be having a really good mentor, someone that's really good with finances as well, and someone that gets you very well organized so that you can do far more with the little amount of time that you have left. so that you can focus on what's truly important for you. There are amazing mentors out there. You are definitely in the best hands whenever you have a chat with someone. At least, you know, it is a step ahead. You may be going through several meetings to find out the best person for you. However, know that you need help. You cannot do this on your own. Never, ever, never. A bit about stress. Removing stress is removing fear at the end of the day. I love the word stress because it's a more polite, it's a more cute word to use for fear, because fear is something that we always want to avoid. Stress, some of us think that, okay, stress makes me work more, stress makes me more powerful, I can achieve more. Unfortunately, this is not right at many levels. So many levels indicate that when you are stressed, you need a day off, you need to stop, you need to take your time, you just need to let it go and do something that truly nourishes your body, because stress on the long term may be deadly. I know you know this. I know that many of the things that I'm telling you today are very much into your awareness. However, life happens, things happen, so that, yeah, we just don't put them in practice anymore. The magical word of the day is no. Many of us have an issue with this. I know I sometimes struggle to say no to good friends, to family, to my baby girl. She comes over, she woke up extremely early in the morning. I'm an early bird today, although I did not want to. And she just says, okay, mommy, blow me balloons. And I was extremely tired. And I said, well, no, I need to sleep. I'm very tired. She kept on insisting, on insisting, on insisting. Well, you know what happened at the end of that discussion? She took over, she convinced me. And I'm telling you this because this is a similar situation to what happens in real life. You maybe have your business partner, you may be having your colleague at work. You know, you need to help me with this project. I am just so over my head. I will not finish it. I'll be in trouble, in a lot of trouble. And then you are thinking, well, Jesus, I'm behind, like I'm 4 days behind with my work. I just can't take anything more. But then you have the puppy eyes from your business partner, from your colleague. And then eventually you give in. You're thinking, I'm doing something good. I'm doing something wonderful to help them. However, in fact, you are making yourself take an extra amount of stress, of pressure, of tasks because you wanted to do something good for them. What about you, my fearless friend? What about you? It is time that you learn how to say no to anything that comes off as extra, anything that is important, anything that is not on your list needs to stay not on your list, needs to stay away from you, not until you feel that you are in a place where you are truly happy and content with how your professional life is looking. Burnout is just around the corner. Many things happen when you are burnout, especially your mental health that's just going down the drain. And you don't want this. You don't want to live a life where you need to constantly think of how am I going to find time? How on earth am I going to find time to finish all of my posting, emails, strategies, webinars, and so on? And just in case it was not 100% clear, today's word is no. Be very mindful of how much you can do with your time, with your extra time when you have maybe a 10-minute break to have a coffee, to talk with a friend, to call your mom, to have a talk with your grandparents. Be very mindful that these are the memories that you are going away with. So you don't want to be thinking, okay, I'm such a good person. I helped someone with their extra task. That is nice. That's wonderful for sure. However, does that truly make you content when you look back at the end of the day and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm not the brightest in the class for just accepting something extra. And I also want you to be kind with yourself because this takes time. My friends, this is a work in progress that may take full weeks because we are here as overachievers, right? We need to do things. We want to do them. We are passionate. We are creative. We have big missions, which is amazing. However, what is the cost if your health is going down the drain? It's zero. Nothing else matters unless your mental health, your physical health are 100%, because you will not be able to enjoy any of the rewards that you get when you have that $100,000 per month activity, right? You need to be fully capable, fully functioning and operational to enjoy it all. One of the best things that you can also stop doing even from today and maybe even from this moment is to not multitask. Stop multitasking, as our mind needs to focus on only one thing, and that's it. It cannot be doing more. We do think that, oh my goodness, I am reading a book, I am listening to music or listening to a video, I am also taking care of my kid, making some food around the house, cleaning. That drains your mind so much. Your energy is very drained when you start focusing on more than one thing in a certain instance. So my challenge for you today is to start doing just one thing in a half an hour. I'm not unrealistic to tell you to do this for more than half an hour, because you would say, well, Roxana, you just don't understand me. You don't understand my lifestyle. I just have so many things to do. However, you do have a half an hour when you can truly be focusing on just one thing. Maybe just work on that email, finish it, and that is it. Maybe if it's your break time, just have a coffee and that's it. Don't scroll your phone replying to messages from your business. You can do this whenever you are in your business mode. Learn to separate the two. So when you are relaxing, you have this nice picture here on the screen, time to relax. As you're relaxing, just relax and that's it. Don't do anything else. When it's business, you truly want to play hard, as Bob says, play hard, work hard. Or is it the other way around, Bob? Is it work hard and play hard? I guess we can juggle with this. I think that we can truly make our life so much fun. See it as a playground when you can really determine when it's time to stop and when it's time to work. Don't mingle the two. Time to relax is when you feel that you are tired. And guess what? You don't need no one's permission, no one's approval, no one's yes for you to take a break whenever you feel that it is too much. Maybe some tasks require more energy than the others, right? Maybe you have a half an hour of a business presentation and now you're feeling completely drained, but you are thinking, well, it's only morning. I cannot be stopping now. If I stop now, I won't be doing anything else for the rest of the day. The second version is completely okay, because you get to accumulate so much stress, so much time that you have not been putting the focus on you, on relaxing, that in a week you'll find yourself, as we discussed a bit earlier, in a situation where you feel completely drained and you won't know what happened. How did I get in this situation when I truly enjoy my work? Well, the answer is that you do not take a break. Take a break by not thinking or not doing anything in business anymore. A great tool that I always use with the managers that I work with all the entrepreneurs and all the teams that I have been blessed to be a part of is asking questions, not just any questions. The ones that start with how, why, and what give you so much insight because your mind starts to be kicking in the rational mode. The emotions, usually the ones that are overwhelming, go back in the back of your mind, and your mind starts to be looking for solutions. How can I do this despite fear is my favorite question of them all. How can I find a break despite fear? Now, fear happens in an instant, in many circumstances, anything that's new, anything that you have not dealt with before, because fear's purpose, what do you think fear's purpose is? It's to keep you alive so you cannot get rid of it. It's perfectly natural to feel it. It'll not go away, so you need to acknowledge it. That's why this question here, how can I do this despite fear? I encourage you to take a pen and a piece of paper and write this down. Every time you may be feeling in a situation where you just can't find the answers, this is it. This is the question to go to, because you need to acknowledge fear as you acknowledge a worried mother. It is the exact same relationship. You cannot tell your mom, leave me alone, I have got this. No, you have not. Your mom says you are not going anywhere. You are in-house for the rest of the week. And this is what happens with fear. You may be thinking, okay, now fear is not real. It's just false evidence appearing real. Yes and no, because if you feel it in your body, my friends, let's face it, it's there. You won't be doing too much. However, write this question down. Have the answers as well written down, because something magical happens when you just bring your mind from up here, from your mind to down there, to down here on the piece of paper. You know, when you see it black on white, the monster that you thought that you would have in here, up here, is just a tiny little baby, because your awareness starts looking for solutions. Whenever there's a problem, just give your mind the focus on solutions, and you'll find 5 solutions. When it comes to making decisions, another important part that gets us to burnout is thinking over and over and over again. Oh my God, why did I make that decision 5 years ago, 5 months ago, 5 days ago? That was the worst decision of my life. And you get stuck into thinking that you did a mistake, that you have failed, which obviously gets you an unwanted, negative, really unpleasant feeling in your entire system. What you can do, and what I do on a daily basis, I do this really often because I fail a lot. I make so many mistakes that sometimes I'm also amazed myself. Oh my God, I mean, can I just have anything done in the first instance? Notice I say first instance. Our human mind, our entire system would want us to do everything right from the first attempt, from the first try. But this cannot happen. This does not exist. That's why we need to start normalizing mistakes, because whenever you have that feeling, okay, I am not happy where I am now, that is your best experience to know what to not do next time. Next time it is better. And I know, you know, Michael Jordan, he has failed so many times that he just became the best in the world at what he does, because he kept on doing things. Therefore, mistakes and failures are normal steps along the way. it is impossible in absolutely all ways that you have all the answers, all the best options when you first do one thing that you haven't done before. It just doesn't work. And I want you to really think about this. In any universe that you may be thinking about, you can never, ever, ever, ever in a million years have everything working for you as you have planned. It is impossible. There are just so many options out there that do not have anything to do with us. Many, many variables. The exterior world is a world full of color, of options. Everyone has something to say. Everyone has something to do. So what you need to do is to learn from it all, to simply know that next time you will do better. And guess what? You do your best in this very instant, because if you could do more, I know you know this, if you could do more, you would do more. So obviously, in 2 minutes after you have your very brave self saying, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? Why did I make that decision? The thing is that it's very easy, right, to talk when you are not involved in a situation, like we are upset with certain friends that say, well, you should have done things different with your love life. Your children should be brought up in a different way because I know better than you. I've been through there. Yes and no. The thing is that you need to be very present when you are in a certain situation. After what happened, just analyze with a kind heart. Know that you are doing your best. You are as present as you can. Nothing will go exactly and according to your original plans, but know this: it'll be so much better next time, and next time, and next time, until, who knows, maybe you become Michael Jordan. And why not be Michael Jordan in your business? I don't think there are any limits to what we can do when we just keep on acting. Never stop, and you are in for the best life of your dreams. One of my favorite quotes is the one that I left here on purpose for a longer time, because you want to build a lifestyle, not a business. Even Carmichael says this. I guess you know him. He's a very great YouTuber that just gets his thoughts on this on a regular basis. This is like his mantra, and it became my mantra as well, because you can never have enough of you enjoying your life. This needs to be your priority, as we talked about a few minutes earlier. You cannot be living a life where you constantly work and hustle and then work again, thinking, well, in 5 years, I'll be like Gary Vee, which I love. Or in 10 years, I may be like Tony Robbins, to influence so many people, to just bring so much light into this world. Yes. However, know that these people may not have the best family situation. If you are the type of person that wants to have a family, know that Tony Robbins, he was away for months and months until he finally got to have a huge, amazing system put in place. So it takes sacrifice. It takes a lot of time for you to be continually thinking about your business. So I want you to really think about, what is it that you really want? Maybe you want to be very famous. You want people to come to your webinars and seminars and events with thousands and hundreds of thousands. I want you to really look closely at the people that you admire. Have a close eye on how everything is looking in their life. If they're not posting too much about their families, if you see a photo of their kids from 4 years ago, it won't be too much fun for you if you are the type that wants to spend time with your kids. We have Jesse here with us that has 2 wonderful children. He may be thinking, okay, I want to have quality time with my kids. So it's important, it's vital for me that I design my life in my mind in a way that just gets me that chance to be around them. I just don't want to be home after 5 years and see them all grown up. So please have a thought about this, because burnout happens when you are not aligned with who you are now, who you want to be in the future, and the actions that you are performing whenever you think about your future self and your present self. Much to be discussed here. I can tell that you already know that burnout happens for many, many reasons. However, you need to take time and a really, really good mentor to help you design the best future for yourself. The thing is that the future is yours to create, starting from this moment, starting with all the micro decisions that you make now in this very instant. It's not something that will happen by chance. It's not fate. You create everything. And you, if you are religious, I want you to know that I do believe in God as well. However, I am the one that makes all my decisions. Please think about this, and let's start normalizing mistakes as a normal, wonderful part of the journey, because this is the experience that you will be laughing about in a few months. I know that you may be saying, well, Roxana, I lost $1,000. I lost $10,000. This was a mistake. Don't tell me I am going to laugh it off in a few months, because I'm going to get upset now. I am only telling you to focus on the lesson here, to know that you cannot have it right from the first instant. It is impossible. However, next time, you are going to know better. Now, I want to share this quick story about one of my mentors in the US. Some of you maybe know that I have been traveling there, enjoying some nice mountains. Lucky for me, in the process of learning and getting my brains out to just figure many things in my business with the help of this amazing person. And he has lost more than $1,300,000 in Bitcoin just a month before I went there. And I was in shock, thinking, okay, I need to be talking with him very closely, because this is an epic situation where failure is kind of screaming everywhere. It's fail, 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 mistake, mistake. However, the best lesson that I have gotten recently was him telling me, okay, Roxana, you know what? Now at least I know how to have my Bitcoin safe on a hard wallet, have them taken offline, because for many months, for a year and a half, he was literally trying to get this very fluctuating cryptocurrency, which is an amazing investment. I'm just telling you what happened to him. This is his particular case, because it's very related to what I'm talking to you about now. This amazing cryptocurrency that was fluctuating got him thinking a while ago, well, you know, I need to have this put on hard wallet. I need to take this offline. However, what happened is that, you know, life just went by. He's a mountaineer, going on mountains, one of the persons that inspired me to be doing the things that I love. It's my mentor from the US. And he just said, well, I was a lot on mountains. I don't regret that. So he was living his best life. He was living his daydream, competing in all sorts of mountain races and just mind-blowing, really dangerous activities, if you ask me. But he says, you know, I just lived my best life, and now I'm forced to just learn how to have this cryptocurrency put back offline where it should be. And the interesting thing here is that not only did he learn a lesson, but he got, a week after, he got to buying more and more Bitcoin, because the price got so down that he said, okay, now I'm safe, I'm secure. No matter what happens, this is a good investment. Now, this is how someone that wins in life thinks. And I want you to think about this. as big as your loss may be. Think of solutions, think of the lesson. Next time, I can promise you it's going to be so much better. Now, I am everywhere. I would love to connect with you guys. As Bob said, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram. I have a wonderful, I'm so proud of this wonderful podcast, Stories About Fear. You have many guests, many wonderful guests to learn from. And if you want to have a great visualizing exercise, go to my website, oksanapope.com. That's where you get to have your mind played with to an awesome exercise, a visualizing exercise in the guide, the 7-step guide to permanently conquer your fears. Let's connect. Tell me more about you. I would love to work with your team for 1 hour only. That's it, not more, because you'll see how easy it is to play and to deal with your mind when you have the right tools. And before I finish for today, I have a very short summary of ideally what you should be focusing on. And I know you will. I know you want to avoid burnout or to get away from burnout as much as possible. I know that you can start putting these 5 effective tips in practice in this very instant, not tomorrow. Put them in practice today. The number one thing is to stop compromising with your time, with the time that you spend for yourself, with your loved ones, with your hobbies, then the time that you take extra tasks. If you are not 100% on top of everything that happens in your professional life or in your business, do not take anything extra. I know you'll say, well, this is very obvious, Roxana, but I sometimes forget to do this. I know, because I have been there even this morning with my baby girl. She is the best negotiator. Oh my God, I need to work on this as well, because the thing is that, we may be laughing here, but how we do one thing, we do them all. We really do them all. So think about this. Think about doing less. Number 2, do less. Play more with who you are, what makes you truly happy. You need to be really, you can call it nourishing your inner child if you want to. Do the things that make you happy. Do less of work because you need to be rested. Unless you are rested and properly nourished and hydrated. Okay, trying to go back. Okay. You cannot do too much with your entire professional life or with anything else that you want to do. You need to focus on giving yourself the best attention and the best care that you possibly can. When you're going, I know you know this example, but I just want to say it again. When you go in that plane, people tell you, that the flight assistants tell you to please help yourself first by putting the oxygen mask on you first, not on your children, not on your spouse, not on anyone else. If you won't help yourself, the thing is that no one will. Another great thing for you to put in practice from today, from now, is to say no. Say no to anything extra. Say no to anything that doesn't make you feel that you truly want to do that. But you may be thinking, okay, well, many compromises then, because I have so many things to do. You think you have many things to do because you have the fear of what other people think. You fear that you may be judged. Again, a normal state of us, for us humans, because we are still humans, right? Sometimes it is just work in progress and it takes a long time. I just want you to know that you need to put yourself first, number 4. Unless you do this, no one will. Your spouse is not going to come and tell you, my dear wife, my dear husband, it is time for you to take half a day off. I'll be dealing with everything, the children, the house, with your emails. This is not happening. And I'm telling you this so that we can also relax and laugh a bit, because unless you are fully in charge of your lives, my friends, nothing is going to change. Time does not make things better. You just forget about them. That's why we think that it'll happen in time, it'll be better. No, you need to start acting right now and start normalizing mistakes, because you get to have the best lessons, the most amazing life experiences when you just move into action and take the lesson. All of these combined are wonderful ways for you to start living a life that truly feels like, I love my life. I enjoy it. I am very grateful for everything that I have built. Let me just embrace and get the rewards and have a weekend off, have a week off, have a month off when you can afford this in the future, because you need to think of how your ideal, your best life needs to look like even now, when you are not making those millions that I know you want to make. Because let's face it, we are kind of all the same here. We have the same goals pretty much. So do the things that you can now with the resources that you have handy.